Well, I'm talking with Trevor here from Manx Lottery Trust. We talked to you, Trevor, a few months ago when you had some of these, some funds left over.
The dormant assets. We were launching the dormant asset fund.
How did that go? Because you basically, tell the story, you had some money that you could use.
The Treasury appointed us as the people to distribute the funds, which was great. And demand was phenomenal, Paul.
Really?
It really was. So we had anticipated at each trustee meeting being able to, distribute funds, but we got rid of so much at the first meeting, really, that we decided to just do it in 2 tranches over the year. So the second tranche is coming up.
Will it happen over again, do you think? Is it a one-off or what?
No, we're hoping to get more funds next year in April, which will probably last us for the next financial year.
And just to explain, these dormant funds are just bank accounts that have not been touched for a long time?
Yeah, a long time. And they've handed it to Treasury and we've been the lucky distributor.
I mean, I'm always reading almost every week about the funds that you've been donating and what happens. Good causes are obviously lots, but picking them and how you do your job must be incredibly tricky sometimes. You've got so much demand, haven't you?
Well, we have a wide remit, Paul, and so you've got to be fair, equitable, and the trustees have a lot of decisions, hard decisions to make, but we try and do it in a fair way.
It must give you that little nice feeling though when you see a project come to fruition, especially if it's a physical thing, I suppose.
Yes, no, I mean, it's the greatest feeling there is when you go and see something that's worked really well. Sometimes things don't work, but that's equally, it's learning points, and you can move forward from that.
Well, you're here today because you've got another one of your cut-off dates coming up, isn't it, for people who want to seek some sort of funding?
Yes, it's the last chance this year, for people to put in applications for funding from either the smaller grants, community awards, or the Dormant Assets Fund. So,
there's both available.
Yeah, so really, particularly for dormant assets, we would encourage charities and organisations to put in, because we're not likely to look at them again until April next year.
And you go to a website for this to get your forms and things?
Yes, we're www.mlt.org.im, and there's application forms, guidance notes, and the amounts you can apply for, which vary with each programme.
I mean, some people can be really put off with lots of forms. Is it a tricky thing? Do you have to do a lot of research? I mean, you've got to convince you, haven't you? So there's got to be a fair bit of information.
You've got to have a project in mind, really, and stick with it and look at what the outcomes we're looking for and, try and tie it nicely together with a community aspect as well.
Do you get many people coming back time and time again, or do you always see some new people?
Yes, we see people coming back. We don't allow 2 or more grants at once, but in general, once a grant is finished, you're eligible to apply again.
So the overall thing, is it a charitable organisation, first of all, that has to be the people that apply? It has to be a charity, does it?
It doesn't have to be a charity.
Right.
It could be a community group. It could be a social enterprise, not for profit. The main thing with dormant assets, though, is that it's got to be for a charitable use, and all of our funds, they've got to be used on island.
And you've got to do due diligence. That's the trick, the key word, isn't it? You've got to check it out a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we do checks when the applications come in.
Yeah.
Just normal due diligence, but it's much easier here in the island because we tend to know somebody.
Yes.
Who's applying, or somebody associated with a charity or organisation. So it's far easier than it would be across.
And I think one of the, was it the Ramsey Pier, the Queen's Pier, got some money recently?
Yes, I think we gave them 50,000 again from the Dormant Asset Fund.
Yeah.
Because one-off opportunity to.
And there's a great asset, isn't it? Obviously, I love the Queen's Pier people because they're so great and they're getting on with it.
Yeah.
And there's something physicality-wise.
And it's been a huge community project.
Yes.
That's been really well received, and they've had open days and people have been coming along. And I think they've just had a launch of new planks for the next phase, which have all gone, I understand. So it's great,
Do people have to match your funding, by the way? How's it work?
There's no element of match funding in any of our programmes at the moment. We have done that in the past, but not at the moment. So we like to see a contribution so that, it gives them a tie-in, but it isn't necessary. But, it's always better if you're not funding something 100%.
And I suppose you should explain that this money is coming from the UK lottery. Is that right?
Some of it is. We get funding from Treasury in the Isle of Man. We get 600,000 a year from the National Lottery Community Fund.
That's the UK people.
That's the UK.
Yeah.
And we also get this dormant assets funding now, which has been a big bonus.
See, I buy a lottery ticket. I do feel I'm doing my bit.
You do, yes, because we get
it
duty back from that,
yeah,
which is what the Treasury element of our funding is. And
as we record this, there's a big Euro Millions probably coming up or something.
Yeah,
but it's good. So we are. It's not because in the old days it went straight to the UK, didn't any lottery money. But this is great that it comes here. It has been for some time, hasn't it?
It has done since 2011.
Do you know how much you've distributed over that time?
It's over 5 million.
5 million.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So buy tickets, but also if you've got an interest in something, you'd love to hear from people.
Yes.
And the
by all means, cut-off date's the 5th of November. The actual trustees meeting is the 19th, and we would encourage any charities, organisations, groups apply.